This is Jonathan Ferguson, the Keeper of Firearms and Artillery at the Royal Armouries Museum in the UK, which houses a collection of thousands of iconic weapons from throughout history. And I'm your host, Dave Jewett. Today we're at the Royal Armouries in person for Cursemas, our month-long series of very special episodes where we'll be checking out a selection of weird and wonderful weaponry from across video games and movies. To kick us off, we're starting with hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades.
Ah, okay. I like the little celebration there.
This is the carry handle.
That's very good. Is there a functional limit to how many you can put on there?
We're only limited by your creativity, I feel.
And yet you've stopped at 6?
Yeah, well, I'd say we stopped there. Chris, would you fetch something from under the tree, please?
Oh dear.
Each episode will contain a secret special Cursemas gift for Jonathan. Stay tuned to find out what this week's gift is. But before we get into the video, here's a little about this episode's sponsor, Displate. Displate is a unique metal poster designed to capture all your passions. They have a massive range of designs, including pieces from Star Wars, Elden Ring, Call of Duty, and much more. Many of you know that I am a massive Warhammer fan, so I had to pick up this amazing Black Templars piece, and this one comes with Displate's texture print. This gives it a 3D effect that really makes the scene pop in a way that traditional posters simply can't do. With their magnet mounting system, getting your display onto your walls couldn't be easier, and they allow you to swap your designs and transform your room in seconds, all without tools, tape, or hassle. With holidays just around the corner, now is the perfect time to treat your loved ones to something they will adore and display proudly. You can find our link in the description below. That's displate.com/L/EXP, or use code EXP at checkout to get 33% off 1 to 2 displates, 38% off 3 displates, or 40% off 4 or more displates. Thanks to Displate for sponsoring this episode, and now we'll get back to the video.
Back with H3. One of our favourites.
Yes, a lot of really good, accurate, and fun firearm stuff in H3VR, obviously. And the VR adds another dimension, literally. Sorry, that wasn't intentional. Yeah, and immediately, I mean, clearly we have our version of this, but what's actually in front of us is very much the 1930s gangster version of this setup. This is an IRA, provisional IRA pastiche of this, which did have a shoulder stock option, invented by, or at least made popular by Hyman Lehman, who was a sort of armourer to the gangsters. So John Dillinger famously had one of these, but he wasn't the only one. So major differences are rather rubbish looking broom handle grip here isn't nearly as stylish as the Tommy gun foregrip that's on this, and that ties it more closely to that gangster vibe. But yeah, so far, so expected. And yeah, fully automatic. In 38, I think some of them probably in 45, but the famous ones are in 38 Super, so a smaller caliber, but still quite pokey, relatively for the time. And completely nuts. You know, it's kind of close range firepower, drive-bys, intimidation, punishment, attacks, that kind of thing. It does sort of fit the gangster milieu, shall we say. To be honest, I'd rather have no stock like this than the absolutely terrible one.
Doesn't look comfortable.
It's not great, so we'll just take that off. At least started to convert this to automatic. I think I have a video on this one, but it's missing some key components. So they either never finished it, or they finished it and it didn't work, which is quite plausible as well. So based on, as far as I could tell, one of the American designs for essentially an auto sit to make this run automatic.
Well, this is the other 1911 that we're going to feature today.
Okay.
It's a little bigger than you might be expecting.
Oh, I see. I thought your sort of field of view settings were out of whack there.
No, this is the 1911 Oversized. So that handle is...
Oh, I've just realised. Yeah, that's a
foregrip.
foregrip. Holy cow, that really is
used to
big.
charge this howitzer artillery piece.
Do we have a real-world measurement of how long this is or how heavy this is? Or would be?
Oh, that's a
We'd
great
have to
question.
figure it out, I guess.
I'm sure Anton will be able to provide that data, but it fires shells. It's certainly not 45.
Oh my God, they literally are explosive shells. That's incredible. I mean, it does fit the larger-than-life reputation of the weapon, doesn't it?
The magazine catch that you have to just punch is very good.
And a giant-sized bipod as well. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I guess it means that, I mean, we kind of knew this already, but as realistic as the guns feel in H3VR, they're cheating the physics, aren't they? Because this thing would need a wheeled mount or a tripod or something.
An engine to get it to the front of battle and everything else that a big artillery piece.
Well, I guess it's taken as read that we have super strength.
Yeah.
This is how it won 2 world wars. You need a squire, really, or a crew, a gun crew.
Well, gun crew would definitely be apt. There's something very funny about manipulating the slide release when it's this big.
Yeah.
Like you can see the controller emulating your virtual hand, and then just chunk. Obviously, good luck aiming, because that second foregrip on the trigger guard.
Yes, I did
is
notice
sort of how you're holding this thing.
Ridiculous. I guess, weirdly enough, I think a giant 1911 would work as a piece of modern art sculpture. Maybe someone's done that, I just haven't seen it. I mean, this isn't, sadly, anymore, but it's an iconic bit of industrial design, I think, not to sound too pretentious about it. But this and the AR-15, I think, especially that, actually, but they're very much of their era.
So someone should also make a big AR-15.
Someone probably has done that as an art project. Maybe float it above a house. References. What?
This is the Pentagun. I'd not heard of this thing before.
I might have seen weirdly enough, the Forgotten Weapons subreddit as in a very friendly way, hijacked by a guy I know who's really, really knowledgeable and has posted a ton of stuff about obscure guns. I might have seen it on there. Hello, Freddie. I don't know if it was this that I saw, but yeah, really, really weird gun. I would have assumed this was made up. I'll be honest. Of course, it reminds you of the Pancor jackhammer. It looks so fake because of it's a revolver, but it's break open. I guess grenade launchers do that, but still. And then you've got that front end that looks like the muzzle light. Oh no, sorry, it looks like the Type 95 bullpup.
Yeah.
With the cocking handle and the carry handle and the vented handguard.
And that cocking handle is how you
entirely real.
eject the shells as well.
Because it's not a cocking handle at all. It's an ejector rod lever.
But
bizarre.
Why
gun.
would you make something like this when there are already so many standard shotgun designs?
I mean, this looks like the high standard HS-10.
Yeah, also very weird shotgun.
And the muzzle-light Mossberg 500 sort of conversion design as well. A lot of those South African designs, and I think they're trying to come up with something that balances firepower with compactness. Obviously, the bullpup is the ultimate way to do that, hence the jackhammer, but it isn't that suitable for everything. So they're going for short barrel, short overall length, reasonable capacity, but the cylinder kind of limits you there. And this one, of course, you can't turn into a landmine, so what's the point, frankly? I honestly don't know anything about this gun beyond what we see here. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, H3 VR can be considered an educational tool. Because you'll see stuff in this game and go, what made up nonsense is this? And then find out that it's real. Oh no, I have instantly mixed feelings about this.
That's my favourite when Jonathan has mixed feelings, because there's some part of it he likes.
I don't know about likes. I'll explain. So we have essentially a prop unrelated.
Prop somewhat related.
Briefly to explain this is a prototype M16A2E1, which is essentially a prototype M16A4, where they were going to do a folding front sight. And they were going to have a folding flip-up rear sight, which I can possibly very quickly show you. So same as the later M4 and M16A4 carry handle setup, but underneath is a flip-up rear sight.
I've not seen a doohickey like that before.
No, well you won't again. So they're very rare. Not quite sure how we got hold of this one, but we did. And it's not a Picatinny rail, it's a Weaver rail. So this was before they had standardised everything. Now, the reason I say I have mixed feelings, obviously this is horrifying and should not exist, because that's essentially a giant revolver with AR furniture, and it's not clear to me quite how it works now that I'm thinking about it. We've got an AR cocking handle.
That's the cylinder release. Pull the charging handle, cylinder pops out.
Oh, is that all it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got an internal hammer, or like a notional internal hammer. I don't know how much of this is modelled internally, but a forward assist that doesn't do anything, and of course this bit. Yeah, someone could make this and some people would buy it. I am quite intrigued by revolver carbines because they are as old as the revolver as a concept, but they become increasingly rare as especially self-loading pistols become viable and popular. But they are quite cool and interesting. Colt 1855 onwards, really. In fact, well before that. Our earliest revolver, circa 1597, is a carbine, manually rotated.
It's a good thing we've got this in front of us because we're going to have a look at some of the carry handles of the game.
Okay.
So another nice AR-15.
Carry handle. So at the moment we are fitting optics via the traditional hole in the top of the carry handle, which was on there from sometime in the 1960s. I don't think it was on the prototypes. It's on our January 1960 made earliest rifle though. So from very early on, so you've got the shape of the channel here, it lends itself to a mounting block and then you put your optic on top, and I think that looks really cool, I have to say. But
I do think carry handles look quite cool.
with or without optics? Ah, okay. I like the little celebration there. Although it makes me a bit sad that you're fitting the final M4 carry handle that's a bit squarish looking. Fitting that to the retro curvy looking one looks a bit off. As does putting like 7 of them on there.
This is the carry handle.
That's very good.
See.
Oh, amazing. Really committing to the bit here.
Yeah?
Yeah. Is there a functional limit to how many you can put on there?
As much as your dreams. Only limited by your creativity, I feel.
And yet you've stopped at 6?
Yeah, well, I'd say we stopped there. Chris, would you fetch something from under the tree, please?
Oh dear. My other thought is you'd need an adapter, obviously.
Thank you. So this is a special Cursemas gift for you.
Thanks.
Sent to us special. I'm just the messenger on this one, I'm afraid. But please enjoy this. This is actually something incredible.
This feels quite genuine.
It sort of is.
I'm doing a terrible job of tearing the packaging. Oh, hello.
So,
exactly as my brain was just wrapping itself around.
Anton has had professionally machined a limited run of carry handles.
Amazing.
That fit AR-15 carry handles. That
Genuinely amazing.
Have the sight channel through the middle, so you can keep looking through them, and the little hot dogs.
Oh yeah, of course,
on
there.
Logo.
Yeah, so
on the side.
That's interposed between the front and rear sights.
Yeah, it's just a
rear
simple
sight and the front sight.
A much more simple way of mounting it, but this has been professionally machined.
I can see that. Genuinely, if I found this in the back rooms here, I would think, oh, who designed and made this?
Yeah.
In fact, if I was to leave this lying around in said back rooms, in 20 years' time, there'd be some very confused curators.
Well, he wanted to.
That's incredible work.
Yeah, it's machined. It's professionally made from like a legitimate source.
If I had an Allen key, I'd be tempted to fit it to this quite unique.
Where's the nearest Allen key?
What size do you need?
That might be it. That's. Oh no, it's slightly too small. No, I think we're one down there. I think I gave you the wrong measurement. That might be it.
So we've swapped AR-15s now to attach the carry handle. Obviously, it's a bit easier in the game.
Well, I have to be very careful not to mar the finish.
Yeah, we're being very gentle, very delicate, not attaching it too tight.
And
just for the effect.
I may actually need tools to do this because there isn't much space in here to actually get in with just my fingers.
We won't do it up all the way. Seeing it just suddenly exist is very funny. Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, I suppose we haven't gone as far as to put anything on top of that. Well, that alone, I think, is enough.
Can you still aim through the lower iron sights?
Yep. Yep. That works just fine.
Got the lower ones and the upper ones, so spoiled for choice.
Yeah, because you've got your own front sight post on the top, and then you use the true front sight post there. It's actually very interesting to see clearly, because this is a genuine front sight post that's much closer to your eye. This genuinely looks huge compared, but it would kind of work for close up. I've half a mind to put this on an AR and just put it on the rack for the next person to come along and go. That's remarkable. So a genuine AR-15 accessory born entirely of nonsense. I'm very much a fan of that. I'm sure Mr. Ranger never envisaged dual carry handles on his version of the M4.
Well, this might be the first time there has ever been a physical AR-15 with 2 carry handles mounted like that. We've made history here today. And for that we apologise.
This is like Christmas morning.
It is very much like that. Where are the batteries? I can't get the packaging off.
So not only now do we have the carry handle sight, the carry handle iron sights, the carry handle iron sights, but an actual usable optic.
Yes.
Some high overbore issue, although not that much.
We had an ACOG with a carry handle, or a carry handle ACOG with the same mounting system as this, with enough space to get the Allen key in. But we couldn't get that into this channel, unfortunately. But we found a somewhat vintage ring sight, which, if you try that out quickly, see if you can pick up the reticle. It's a bit faint in this lighting, but it has like a literal lit ring that's lit just by ambient light. So we have an optic on a carry handle, on a rail. Not as nuts as what you had in the game, but it's not bad for real life, is it?
As much as we can do, and probably one of the more nuts thing that's featured on maybe either of our channels.
I think, can you just about aim through the ring sight? Unfortunately, no. The ring sight blocks these very nice, very short radius iron sights. But hey, you can't have everything.
You can have a lot, apparently.
Scorpion Evo 3, which I think we've managed to get filmed before, but always nice to show something relatively new. It's a cool looking, very modern submachine gun. Looking good so far, not at all cursed. We've got our I guess, rare earth magnet, which is cool.
Something you can hang it up on the fridge.
I wouldn't try it if I were you.
So we've got some variants of the CZ.
I guess because this is a modern design with a separate handguard at the front, the game is letting you do some mods. Oh dear, what's happened? Point of similarity, because this is a clamshell bolted together, the Picatinny rail's in 2 halves and has a groove down the middle.
Oh.
And then like the seam line down the middle, which you can see on the model.
Oh yeah.
So it's a polymer, glass reinforced polymer clamshell around essentially a set of rails on the inside. Ooh, what is that?
An integrally suppressed variant.
Okay.
I think called the Stealth.
I can't really complain about that too much. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this configuration. With the stock back on it, it's completely legit. And in fact, we have that SD, that MP5 SD that has no stock. For a very, very compact suppressed weapon, why not? And then there's the weird rifle version. It's not that weird. I mean, civilian versions of this kind of thing with a 16-inch or longer, potentially, barrel. Not uncommon. Why not? It's a pistol caliber carbine or rifle. Not the design intent of a submachine gun. Ours is full auto. Has the 4 settings, actually. No bullets, 1 bullet, 3 bullets, all the bullets.
Yeah, more and more games are featuring the Evo as the sort of modern SMG to have.
Yeah, it's a cool looking design, for sure.
H3 has a bunch of different variants, so obviously Anton's a fan.
And it stands up on its own. Look at that. It's designed for marketing shots. The classic.
One of your favourite firearms of all time?
I think so, yeah. I was trying to, as usual, work out exactly which variation we've chosen, or H3VR have chosen. And it is broadly this, the Mark IV Martini-Henry. And this has the Royal Cipher and Enfield and the Mark number on it, so it's a military weapon. It's not one of the trade guns. However, this one's either been modified or it's some weird rare prototype. It's not quite right, I don't think. So the reason being, so it's got the Mark IV action, but it has the short lever of the earlier military Martini, or some of the trade models. So I think I did grab one that had a short lever, but so it doesn't quite. It's really good, and it must be very satisfying. I'll have to try it to actually operate it with the lever. So it's a little bit of a mishmash, but it's very close to the Mark IV configuration. We do have one of these.
Do you?
Yeah, we do.
Where's this thing?
Do you want to see it?
I think so.
Okay. You didn't mention a pistol.
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but of course, Jonathan Ferguson has one. That's why I grabbed this thing.
I see, right.
This will trick him.
I think we might actually have a second similar one in the collection somewhere, but...
So this, as of recording, isn't in the game.
Okay.
Anton sent me this footage 16 hours ago. So it's freshly added as a recording to Hot Dogs, Horseshoes Hand Grenades. And he described it as a Khyber passed Martini-Henry.
Khyber Pass, yes. Or the Khyber region of Pakistan, Afghanistan, tribal area that sort of is at the border. It's the borderlands, literally. Dara Adam Khel is the main kind of big market that's famous for making. Like they'll make anything from an M4 to an AK to crazy, like our bolt action AK, all sorts of crazy stuff. And that's exactly where this one came from. So this is our one. I think we may even have a second one that's more this proportions, because this is smaller. That, I think, is meant to be a full rifle caliber pistol.
It's got 303 marks on it as well.
303, yeah. So this is much more sensible. This one's chambered in 455. It's been deactivated, unfortunately, or informally deactivated with some weld. But it has the same basic design, same form factor, the spur there, the extended lever with the bottom bit on it, and the general format. And also, even if we did have the bigger one accessible, I haven't got time to check. This one I love because it has Enfield on it. Sometimes they have the N reversed in Enfield where they haven't quite understood English. This one just has it twice. The small arms factory so great they named it twice, I guess.
So this is what happens when I try and trick you and catch you out with some cursed weird stuff. Is that we went looking for Martini-Henrys because I knew this footage was here, and then I was like, oh, well, I'll trick Jonathan and I'll get like the smallest.
I wondered why you were interested in this.
I was like, this is the smallest one that was available. Of course, not knowing, obviously, you already had this exact gun or very close to it. So you see the offhand with manipulating that lever. Yeah,
I don't know. I think probably you'd want to change hands, and I think that's why it's shaped this way, is that you would operate it like this, round in, close it up.
Bang.
Rather than, because otherwise you've got to like essentially let go of it and risk dropping it. But it worked that way in the game, I guess.
Yeah. But knowing how much you love Martini-Henrys, I thought had to include this.
Yeah, well, unfazed, I'm afraid. Now, the downside of the rifle caliber ones is the chamber is so long that there's almost no barrel. So you would get low muzzle velocity, but also you still get a ton of kick, a ton of recoil.
Something so scathing about Jonathan just saying unfazed, unfortunately.
Sorry.
he's becoming immune. Well, these guns are just far too interesting to actually annoy you with. Not that, we try to annoy you, but...
Yeah, that was a giveaway.
It happens.
This is a very fun one.
Oh, yeah. Very odd. Anton has assured me that they have modelled the air system correctly to the point that it takes an accurate number of pumps to refill the air bladder, which I read was 1,500.
Sounds right from memory. Yeah,
and
it's a lot. It's like a big stirrup pump.
And that gets you 30 shots at full power. But
it's 26 capacity on the one we've got. We've got two. They're not accessible at the moment, or I would have one to show you. But these relatively high power air guns are still quite loud. Louder than you would think. I mean, well, I say louder than you would think. If you've ever shot a conventional modern air rifle, especially one above the where you would need a license in the UK, the more air that's being displaced more quickly, the louder the bang. So then it's never as loud as a gunshot, but it's still quite loud. But I can see it would be the quietest in the game.
But the air is used up at an authentic rate to the point that the last shots that you will fire will have substantially more drop-off. They will have less velocity.
Amazing.
do less damage.
Yeah, which is a problem with this system. Although it also, the benefit more than outweighs the problem in period. We're talking 60s, 70s. So at that time, you got like 26 or more, if you make a longer tube, shots. It's a repeater, so cock, bump, just as you see here, just as you were doing. Two operations to cycle it, but still very quick. When it's at full charge, it will, at 100 yards, go through, I think it was an inch of pine. So it's more than lethal enough, like handgun lethality in something from well over 200 years ago.
But I had no idea air rifles were a thing that long ago.
Oh yeah.
That many years ago.
Yeah, and really successful too. Like this is the type that the Austrian army used on the battlefield for a period of time, with great big wagons full of compressed air great big pump wagons to charge the bottom.
That feels so steampunk.
Yeah, air punk. Yeah. So there are. It's not the only design either. It's just the most famous and probably most successful. And this level of technology carried right through the 19th century and was available to sort of, I guess, recreational shooters, hunters of small game. Air guns are a bigger thing than people realise for quite a long period of time. It looks like a leather bladder. It's not. It's an brazed sheet iron. Sheets of iron formed and brazed together to make them airtight, and then a leather casing. Probably mainly to stop your face freezing to it in low temperature. And one of the reasons I couldn't get one out to show you is that our own one that's not on loan, the stitched leather is coming away, and it desperately needs conservation before anyone handles it. There's a ceiling of lethality, and this is rapid, but it's not particularly lethal by the standards of, well, even the day. Another one we haven't got, unfortunately. We've got tons of SPAS 12s. SPAS 12s for days, but not the SPAS 15. The more AR format, designed from Franchi, an Italian company that made both guns. There's something a little cursed about the pump mode on the SPAS 15.
Yeah, it feels like it shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Whereas I think the pump on the 12 is really cool. And I think it's partly why, certainly the Matrix, which is the one that lives in my head, does the manual pump thing. And the games tend to, I guess. Oh, hello. A giant mag.
Giant magazine, dubbed Anaconda. So there is an actual real-world source for this magazine.
Is there?
There is.
I should have known.
So this is a 15-year-old video of an Argentinian man showing off his
I was going to say, he's a lot older than 15. Sorry.
Don't know what they're doing in Argentina. He had a SPAS 15 shotgun that he competed with, and he had custom made, or made himself, his own extended magazine, which you can see in the video that I found. He's dubbed Anaconda himself.
It looks more absurd in the video than in the game. Congratulations on finding one of the few really wacky gun videos that I have never seen. Yes. Oh God, he's got a... What the...
Jungle Mag 2 together, but they're so big he needs a handle.
This man, and I mean this as a compliment, has too much time on his hands.
So that's why it exists as part of the SPAS 15.
Congratulations to
in
this
H3.
guy. And to Anton for knowing about this and modelling it.
It's very cool. I don't think it has the witness holes in H3.
Oh well, 0 out of 10. Must do better. No. This is another Victorian British classic. The Lancaster, often called a howdah pistol. What these were kind of substitutes for revolvers for officers, and I guess gentlemen travelling abroad or whatever, wherever they might need a multi-shot weapon that wasn't a revolver. This is from the era where there was a bit of mistrust still around revolvers, even though the striking mechanism is quite complex. So it basically, every time you pull trigger, it turns round and flicks out the firing pin, turns round, and they fire alternately like this. So it's not a volley pistol like it looks. It works as it works in the game. I've actually grabbed a second one because the closest match to the one from H3VR, for this long lever, so this has a short lever, this has a longer one. These were options, so you press down to unlatch, just like in the game. Out pop your empty cases, reload, close it back up. It also, so that's the long lever that they've modelled, it also has the long double trigger. So this is like a pre-cock it, I'll just do this the once, pre-cock, fire it off. So a lighter trigger pull, you're preloading, or you can just spam the trigger by pulling through on both. The majority of Lancasters didn't have that. They just had a conventional double action, like a revolver, which is a really bad trigger pull, actually.
So would that be the revolver equivalent of pulling back the hammer on a single?
Yeah,
or
it is.
on a double action pistol.
It is. It's same as, and I've taken from, I think, Tranter's patent for a revolver trigger mechanism that worked the same way. So this is something you found on revolvers in the 1860s. We're into the 1880s with these.
Jonathan actually grabbed two because he wanted to be seen dual wielding them.
Why not?
He said that off camera.
I did. I absolutely did. I have no shame over that. Also, I put this one on the table first because it's got really nice intact blued finish. It's like a mirror still.
Yeah,
this
it's
one.
really nice.
Very cool to see it. Love it. We have an episode on the Lancaster. I think we also have one on the adjacent patent that's very similar.
Oh, goodness. Down here. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, here it is, the P11. And I had to check that. I had a feeling it had HK P11 on the grip, but no, absolutely correct. It just says P11, exactly as you see there.
This is supposed to be an underwater pistol.
It is an underwater pistol. There's no supposed about it. Take it up with Mr. Heckler and or Mr. Koch. So that's the bit that we saw on the screen first, just like a grip frame. You see there's electrical contacts inside?
Yes.
Those line up with, on the back of the firing unit, the barrel cluster, if you like, just like we see there. Even has the steel lug there for locking in. Sights are on the barrel unit. Be careful not to put a hand in front of the muzzles. Slide it on, rotate the lever, and you're good to go. And in here, which we don't have anymore because battery technology is a problem, would be an intact functioning, waterproof, sealed in with a rubber seal battery. And it's firing electrically each barrel in turn. Underwater, essentially darts. And I really want to shoot one of our ammo units that we have in order to recover one of the darts, or all 5 of them, ideally. I don't think the local council will be too happy if we do that at the swimming pool, though. But
Well, Anton has informed me that this is the weakest gun in the game.
I get it. If you're shooting the darts, the flechettes, I can see it would be, because they're going to have minimal penetration. Admittedly, Frankfurter meat, probably not a problem, but they're going to have very little stopping power because they're so tiny. You can see, although we can't show you the darts or flechettes, you can see the holes in the rubber seals at the end where they've shot out. And we do have a nice red HK branded logo on the front there. So the person who's about to die knows that they're going to be, they peer through their snorkel.
The last thing they
It's an
see,
H&K. Oh, I've been shot in the mask.
you see modelled that
Yes. Interesting.
as the needles fire out, it's replicated by that seal being broken.
But you can see, and you probably only know this if you had access to a collection like this, that the hole created is much smaller than what the game does. Very minor point.
Very, very weird gun.
Extremely cool.
So this is something that I asked Anton if it would be possible.
Is that the Becker shotgun?
It's many things.
Oh.
So I wanted to see how far.
Oh God, there are multiple guns.
How
Sorry,
far
I'm
the
looking at the wrong
Picatinny
screen
system could be pushed.
Well, you're not attaching GP30s to a Picatinny rail anyway. Normally.
Not normally.
Have they got adapters on them or?
I think there is an adapter or the
It's the what's it called?
Zip 22?
Zip 22.
There's the Zip
I was gonna
22
say
as
life
well.
card, that's very different.
So we've got revolver shotgun, Zip 22.
Oh, good lord.
I can't remember the name of the craft made shotgun. The
I don't know.
GP grenade launcher. And,
Mossberg 500?
and a
Was it?
Is that an 870?
Can't see.
And a pump action shotgun mounted upside down.
It hardly matters at this point.
This came from a conversation I was having with Anton, and I said, you know the gun from The Simpsons that Moses like uses?
I see.
Is anything like that remotely possible? And I think his reaction was, he leant back in his chair and went, So I
wonder how much productivity you lost him that day.
Yeah, sorry, Anton. I appreciate all the help in helping us create this episode.
That's truly remarkable.
But who knows?
You could fabricate one, I guess.
It's a good old
Or
bodge.
machine one up if you've got access to a machine shop. Who do we know that has access?
This is another creation of Anton's, so direct your ire
Uh-huh.
over the Atlantic.
Did you make him do it though?
I didn't. I just said an MP5. I might have said a cursed MP5. But
So we did have, before it got festooned, we have the prototype MP5K foregrip. That seems like a great way to break your fingers if you fall over holding it. But it does look cool. It was in Black Ops, I think, wasn't it?
yeah, the first Black Ops had the MP5K had that.
And then various gubbins. So like a pseudo UMP stock. Straight mag, that's not really weird. The canted, that's evil. The canted optic with a red dot on the top is just unfair.
I can't believe I never thought of that before.
No, I can't. That's the spirit of the cursed firearm, I think. Make it as impractical as possible, even though you have all the ingredients to make it practical. Yeah.
So as I said, this was an Anton creation, and he dubbed it the English breakfast.
Feeling called out, but not sure why.
The beans on toast of guns.
What did we have for lunch, Dave?
We did have beans on toast.
We had beans on toast.
We did have beans on
That's
toast.
right, America. Deal with it.
Leave your annoyance in the comments.
They were very fancy. Gucci, dare I say, beans on toast. But
And we've also got just a couple of the more peculiar attachments available in H3, just as a rapid fire.
I don't think you'll be doing much rapid fire with that on the end. What is that?
Train whistle.
Of course it is. A train whistle square?
This one is. Could you? I mean, some of the gases could make a whistle sound if you fired a bullet.
No, they could. I think they could. Yeah. Why don't we have whistling? Oh, I'm just answering my own question. Why do we don't have whistling sound suppressors? Because that's not a sound suppressor. That's a loudener.
Speaking of loudeners, there's the loudener.
Oh, amazing. That's the actual loudener.
From The Simpsons
Yep.
as well, yeah. And it does make it
Fantastic.
a lot louder.
Oh, God, there's a mini one for the Vector.
But this is the clown horn.
Oh, yeah, it's just so abrupt because it's, yeah. It needs to make the sound, like the proper car horn.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that.
Okay. Oh, superb. I prefer it if you could attach it to the gun, I think, like as into the muzzle. The fact, I guess that way you get the VR interaction of the actual honk.
And as
Air
a
horn.
foregrip.
Air horn foregrip. Amazing. This is very, very fun. How to be as obnoxious as possible.
Well, that's all the guns that we've got, but there is one more thing we would like to share with you. Chris, if you'd mind fetching that. As we've got a sort of strange history with hot dogs.
We definitely have
and
a strange
hand
history,
grenades now, between the work that we've done, how Anton has responded to said work.
Yeah, I dare say the most engagement of any of the developers.
Well, this is
Oh,
for
oh Lord.
you.
Oh, good grief. Can I hide by shame
might need
behind
to.
this at all my silly comments? Well, I like to think none of them are as silly as the actual subject matter.
Last time we saw
I'm concerned.
H3, last time we saw hot dogs, horseshoes and hand grenades, there were certain guns that were added
Oh,
to
okay.
the game.
Yes.
Based off of the conversations that we've had, which has now been immortalised.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm kind of touched, but I hate it at the same time. Yeah. Do you know, although part of me thinks we put this on the wall right next to the EM2 that's in a transparent case on the wall. I don't think there's room next to it, but this could...
Convenient.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, literally, the conversations we've had, the work we've done together has been immortalised in a game, and we wanted to further immortalise that with this wonderful piece of art. That,
I wouldn't even be annoyed with it if it was just the modernised EM2, like maybe the furniture's polymer, and it's got all the... Because we did talk about doing that as a concept.
Yeah.
To sort of book promotion stuff. It's the unbullpupness of it and the kind of cheerful disregard of history that it represents.
And the cheerful disregard for Jonathan Ferguson.
Yeah, because the FAL that we adopted as the SR, we in Britain, did get bullpupped, whereas the EM2 was never unbullpupped because why would you? You're not gaining anything.
Well, Jonathan gets a free one, but if you want your own print of the EM5F...
I mean, I am proud that there's a reference to me in a game, but, you know, it's just a shame it has to be this.
You can head to our store, get
On
one for
one level.
yourself. What's the expvideo.info? Pick one up yourself. You can't have this one. This one belongs to the Royal Armouries now, or by extension, Jonathan Ferguson.
This might go behind my desk. I don't think my wife will be too happy with it in the house, so I think it'll go at work.
Where it belongs.
Thank you, I think.
Merry Cursemas.